everyone, Susie here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Hope everybody is doing well out there. Thank you for coming back and spending some more time with me. And in today's video, we are trying out my June Scentbird. It is a fragrance review coming your way. Very excited about it. I've been really enjoying Scentbird so far. I just got it back. I used to be with Scentbird and get the subscription like a long time ago, and I decided to stop because I just wasn't really that into it. I was kind of more into getting makeup subscriptions at that time. Now I'm kind of just, wanting to dip my toes back into smelling different fragrances, getting different fragrances, and Scentbird is a really great way to do that. It's $16.95 a month, and you do get a 30-day supply of a fragrance of your choice, so you can build up a queue of what you would like to get each month. It's actually really nice, and I like being able to be in control of what I'm getting that month because I don't want just random things. I want things that I know that I think I'm gonna like. Otherwise, it's kind of a waste of my money. So I do really enjoy the fact that I can try out the fragrances of my choosing.
Scentbird is $16.95 a month for a 30-day supply of a fragrance of your choice. Each month it does come with a card with the fragrance that you chose on it, as well as a brief description and the notes in the fragrance. The first time you order, you will get a magnetic case which comes with your fragrance, perfect for traveling. And then inside you will find the fragrance that you chose that month. So you simply switch out in the travel case each month, and you can buy more cases on their website if you so choose. This is perfect for traveling or just trying out new fragrances.
So this month I decided to pick out Confessions of a Rebel Thirst Trap. This is an eau de parfum. The 100 ml retails for $125, which is a little bit pricey, and at least for me, like I like fragrances. I like to try out different fragrances, but I have to really like a fragrance for me to commit to going out and buying a full-size bottle of it. It has to be something I truly enjoy, and I very rarely, if ever, will blind buy a fragrance just based on reviews or just the notes and things. I need to know that I really like it. I don't have a ton of money to spare, so for me, it's really important to be able to try it out first, or, just be really sure that it's something I want to invest in. And, when I did pick this out, I mostly picked it out because I really liked the notes. So the notes of this are salted lime, watery neroli, lavender driftwood, and ocean minerals. The driftwood is kind of the base of the fragrance, and then you kind of get into that ocean mineral, and then you got the watery neroli, which is kind of in the middle there, and the lime is kind of that top note that you kind of get like that sparkle up on top when you especially first spray the fragrance. So there's a whole little paragraph here about the fragrance. Basically, it's a very oceanic, very fresh, aquatic type of fragrance. And I do have one here that I sprayed earlier that has been drying down, but I am gonna go ahead and spray it with you guys and tell you what I think about it. Now, I did already try this out, so this isn't my first impression. I actually tried it out, and I actually wore it for a day, and I got some thoughts. That's all I'm gonna say. So I do have it inside of my little Scentbird case here. And let's do a little spray. When I first spray it, I am definitely getting a very fresh, aquatic, fragrance. And it smells manly. It has a very masculine scent to it. When I first sprayed this, I immediately thought of a men's aquatic fragrance. Like, it just screamed masculine to me. I am definitely smelling like kind of that old school, 90s aquatic men's fragrance kind of feel to it. And it smells really good. Honestly, like if I smelled this on a guy, I would think this smelled really nice. It's very summery, very fresh, very aquatic. There's a definite floral note from the neroli. And the lime is just kind of way up on top, just giving that like sparkly freshness to the fragrance. But the more I keep smelling it, the more now it's starting to kind of turn into like this woodsy fragrance, this like driftwood fragrance, you know, that wet, salty kind of wood over by the side of the ocean. That is exactly what I'm getting. So it's kind of going from like fresh to kind of like a little bit floral for a moment there, and then it's just kind of going into this very woodsy smell. Like now I'm getting a lot of woods, like the lime is slowly dissipating and it's just getting kind of woodsy. Now this one here I sprayed roughly about 30 minutes ago, so it's been kind of drying down for a while. And this one, when I smell it, one thing I'm gonna say is it's much less potent. It's much less strong than the one that I just sprayed, obviously, but it's quite a difference. Like the more you let it sit, the more the fragrance starts to dissipate. It literally isn't even really hardly anything. I can barely smell anymore. It's not very strong, and it's only been like 30 minutes. And this right here is pretty much mostly just woodsy with a little bit of like a floral, you know, note to it, which I believe is coming from that neroli, and a little bit of lavender too, but mostly woodsy, kind of oceanic, but also a slightly florally kind of scent. So the thing is though, that this is very like dissipated by now, and it hasn't been that long. Now when I used it on my skin and, you know, I wore it for the day, I would say after about an hour of spraying it, the scent was already kind of starting to fade on me. And I had sprayed it like in my elbow area and just, you know, was kind of smelling it throughout the day. I would say within 3 hours of me wearing the fragrance, I could barely even smell it anymore. It was like so close. Like you would have to literally get in there and like smell to be able to smell the fragrance. And, you know, my husband, when I let him smell this, he also kind of had the same impressions. You know, that smells really masculine. This is marketed as a unisex perfume, but it is very masculine. It was definitely masculine. He could smell the wood, you know, in there, and he could smell a little bit of the floral note from the neroli, but you know, that citrusy note was also in there. But even he was like, I just don't see this being a feminine fragrance. And I am someone that I do like a little bit of like a more feminine fragrance. I don't really like to wear masculine scents. And so for me, this was just a little bit too masculine. I was immediately turned off. Like actually, when I first sprayed it, I was like, yeah, no, this is masculine. And the more I wore it, the more it lingered, the more I was like, no. So I actually made the decision to give this to my husband and let him have it. He, you know, said it was pretty good, I guess, for like wearing around the house. He really likes strong fragrances, and this one doesn't linger very long, so he was a little bit let down by that, but he said he probably would wear it around the house, or, you know, like something like that when you get out of the shower. You just need a little something, you know, to wear around the house. But yeah, definitely not something that he would probably want to wear out. It's just, it's such a short-lived fragrance, and a lot of fresh scents really are kind of short-lived, but this one is very short-lived. And honestly, if I spent $100, like $125 on this fragrance, and then it just literally dissipated after an hour to 3 hours, I would be like, this is a waste, you know? Like, this is good maybe if you're just like going on a short drive to somewhere, maybe, you know, you're going, I don't know, to the gym or somewhere where you're just gonna be in there, you just want to smell pretty good, and then you're gonna take a shower. You know, this might be your fragrance, but it's not something, if you're kind of wanting it to last throughout the day, it's not gonna do that. It's very short-lived. And more than anything, you know, it's just not the fragrance that I was thinking it was gonna be. I was thinking it was gonna be a fresh, you know, aquatic fragrance, but I wasn't thinking that it was gonna be leaning so hard into the woods, you know, because otherwise I wouldn't have picked this. I am just not someone that is into super woody fragrances, and I think when the more woody that a fragrance is, the more masculine it tends to lean. So just not for me. But you know, it was nice to try it, and now I can say that I did, and I don't feel like it's a total waste because I will, you know, be able to hand this off to my hubby and he can enjoy it and wear it and whatever he wants to do with it. But it just wasn't the scent for me. So hopefully you all found this review helpful. And I just want to mention that when I went on Scentbird, I didn't see a lot of women reviewing this fragrance. So even though it's marketed as unisex, I feel like a lot of women are not enjoying this fragrance. They're not even trying it out because it was mostly men reviewing the fragrance. So that's another thing. If you're a lady, I don't think this is for you. Definitely maybe something if you want to get your guy something, maybe this would be a good fragrance, but I don't know personally that many ladies would want to wear it. Maybe some, but probably not as many as men would like to wear this fragrance. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are interested in Scentbird, I'll leave the site down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.